Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome back to Hermitcraft. And last time, guys, we finished up our bank area. See, we got the fountain here, we got all this foliage and trees surrounding it now, we got a fence in the back, we got this wall made, and we also got the interior of the bank done. And we're going to go ahead and finish that up right now with some of your viewer ideas, and also some ideas of my own. So let's get on in here, make sure we still have Guy Teller. Still denying me service. There we go. Now he turns around. I see how it is, guy. I see how it is. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and fix up a few things in here. Number one, many of you guys thought that cobwebs were not appropriate for the bank, so I've taken out some here, and I also need to make sure I put the right key in there. There we go. And so we're going to take down these cobwebs in here because it is sort of a modern bank. We don't want to have, cobwebs in here, dirtying up the place, which many of you guys suggested in the comments last time. So we're just going to go ahead and take these off. Make sure the appropriate thing came in here. Very good, very good. I'm just going to go ahead and put this tripwire hook in there as well. There we go. Okay. And let's send the box back. Make sure that works. Okay, it did. Very nice, very nice. Everything working fine in here. Sweet. Okay. So, some other things we're going to do in here. So one of the things that I thought was a great idea, which was suggested by a viewer, let me just get this key back here real quick. Any moment. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and take it out here. And actually, we'll put it in the ender chest, I think is a good idea. Yeah, we'll put it in the ender chest right there. So one good idea I thought was that we should put some papers on this area here where people, were to like fill out forms and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to take down these trap doors here. We're going to put down some item frames. And on those item frames, we're going to place some papers here. So this one says loan application. This one says withdrawal. And this one says deposit slip. Because usually when you go into a bank, you have to fill out something like that. Deposit slip or withdrawal form to get your stuff back. Like your money out or put in. So then we're also going to put down this emerald here. I renamed this emerald no refunds on emeralds because, yeah, obviously villagers, they like the emeralds. That's their currency. So we'll put that down there. What else? Let's see. Right. A lot of you guys said it wasn't clear that you shouldn't cross the lasers. Let me just get the lasers back up here. Shouldn't cross the lasers without first putting your key into the chest. So what we're going to do is we're going to fix that right now. I've actually made some banners that sort of emulate what you see here. So we have the banners here, the brown floor, a little bit of white in back, and then mostly green in the back there. So I actually made a banner that shows this. Pretty good, right? Pretty good, right? So you have the floor brown, the lasers with the red, and the white and green in the background there. So I think that's a pretty good banner. I'm actually pretty happy with how this thing turned out. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this down here, and then we'll have another one right here, which is with the same banner without the lasers. And so we'll place down a sign that says no let's see, what should we say? Should we say no go, no pass, door locked, no passage. Let's do this. Door locked, no passage. There we go. We'll put door open, free to pass. There we go. I think that makes it a little bit more apparent like what you're supposed to do because it shows visually, it's locked here, it's open here. So yeah, I think that definitely conveys the message pretty well. Now, the other thing we want to do here, we also want to make the security cameras work. And so I thought about a couple different ways of doing it, and I think I've found a way that is possibly amazing. I'll let you guys be the judge, but check this out. So if you place an observer here, right, there's the observer face, and then place another one here, look at this. You see what I'm seeing? It's like the flashing light on a recording camera. And it's just a simple clock like that. I mean, it just keeps going forever, and it survives a relog and everything like that. So I mean, what's happening here is the observer block. So this thing is observing the changing power state of the other observer block, and then the same thing happens with the other one. So basically, they keep observing each other changing back and forth. You can see it if I hit F3, you'll see the powered state is going true, false, true, false, true, false, true, false. So that's our camera right there, guys. That's our camera. So let's make this happen here. We'll put our security cameras up. So we just got to turn these babies around is basically all we got to do. So let's see. We need this one. Not like that. Not like that. Let's see if we can get up here. This is going to be a little tricky. Little tricky in here. There we go. That there. Nope, not that there. Hang on. We got to get this down properly. Here we go. All right, so cobblestone. We'll put this here. Here we go. All right, so this one's going to face... Actually, we need this one facing this way. Not that way. Dang it. See, these things are so hard to place. I wish they would have kept it the way it was initially, but... Alright, so this one here, I believe. Want the face going this way, yep. And then this one is going to be going this way. So let's see if we can get this taken care of. We might need to place this here. Like that. Is that going now? Let's see. Do we see the flashing light? Oh yeah, there's our security cam right there. That's pretty cool. I'm also going to move this... Actually, I'm gonna keep that up, and I'm gonna say, let's say all. You are being recorded, maybe. You are being recorded. Nah, that seems weird. Let's say you. What do we need to say here? Dang it. Premises are monitored with security cams 24/7, 365. Whoop, 265. We take a couple hundred days off. Now there we go, 365. There we go, sweet. And we'll do the same thing with this security camera here. I think we can also fit one in here into the wall. So we just need to have something like that there, and then we just dig in here. I believe there's a room for this. Put this facing this, whoop, not this way, this other way. Still have to get used to the placement of these. And then this one goes there. Nope. I get on the right level. There we go. And that should, nope, wrong way. See? Still have to get used to the placement of these, like I said. That way. There we go. Sweet. And then we just put back this lime hardened clay, and there we go. We can also, put something like this on here. And we've renamed some glass here to security camera number 4. There we go. And so that's recording everything right there. I love it. I love it. That's amazing. That looks like a real camera. I love it. Okay. So we'll put these back here. We also have one more camera, I think, back here to change. So we will, yeah, right in there. That one has to be changed as well. So we'll just reverse that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so there we go. We have the wireless security cameras now up and working. You can see the little red dot flashing, and I think that really just adds that final little detail that the bank was missing before. So let me just go ahead and take my key out of here. We'll go ahead and store it in our ender chest, and I think the bank is now officially done. We got the banners up. I think that's all I wanted to do for today. And yeah, this place is looking sweet now, guys. I'm digging it. I am digging it. I love those security cameras. Wow, that's awesome. That makes the observer block one of my favorite blocks, just because it can do that. That's just awesome. All right, so I think we're done with the bank bill, guys. So yeah, thank you for your input on that. And yeah, if you guys have any other ideas on what we could add in that, let me know, and I will consider it. But for now, we are ready to head off, and we are actually going to go work on our base a little bit today. So I'll be back once we are at the base. Ladies and gentlemen, I found out moments ago, tragedy has struck here in the Redlands. As you can see, maybe, can you see it? Can you see it where the tragedy has struck? That's right, the High Priest is dead. The High Priest, which many of you guys warned me about months ago, and I was like, oh no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. The Ender Crystal here won't be hit by an arrow, a stray arrow or something. Well, it happened. It happened. Finally, at long last, after I think this was, I think he was up for at least a month now. But yeah, he exploded. I don't know who hit him. Might have been Scar, might have been me, might have been False, or it could have been a mob that just inadvertently walked onto or into the Ender Crystal from the top of the mob or from the top of the priest. But the priest is dead. Long may he live in peace. Anyway, let's rebuild this priest with something that is not as quite as explosive prone as the End Crystal. And the priest has now been fixed, and he's now holding an enchantment table. Very nice, very nice. Alright, so now we have that fixed, on to the shulker boxes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now let's move on to our shulker box storage system, or as I like to call it, the storage system of the future. And the reason I'm calling it that is because I think this is going to be sort of a standard thing for at least myself in Minecraft and how I make sorters in the future. So let's take a look at the sorter we have now. What can it do? So we put items in here, and the items go up this elevator. They come over here, and they're all sorted into each one of these chests right down here. And of course we have some, have more than one double chest full, so that's quite a lot of items in some instances here. And the way that we use this sorter is basically like this. So basically, if we have, say, like a medium scale project, what we do is we put down a shulker box or multiple shulker boxes. We grab, let's say, a couple stacks of hardened clay, a couple stacks of red sand, some cobblestone, maybe some orange stained clay, and some yellow stained clay. And then we put these all into the shulker box just like so. Maybe throw in a couple ender pearls, we'll throw in some granite, some whatever else, smooth sandstone, I guess. Put it all in the shulker box, and we're off. So we have our little project box. We go and do our project. Come on back. Put this stuff down. Get everything back out. We have to resort this into the appropriate chests. So we'll just do that real quick. There we go. And then we just take all this stuff out of here. All this out of here. This out of here. This out of here. This out of here. We'll put the items back into the sorter. I'm just going to, put a small little bit of it into the sorter. Goes up the elevator, and we should see that the orange light will turn on here, start flashing, and there we go. So it's now sorting orange stained clay back into the appropriate chest, and we just now dump all the rest of this stuff into this chest, and it'll all be sorted. That's great for medium scale projects, but what about super large scale projects? Let's say we wanted to have, let's say a double chest of hardened clay, right? So a double chest of hardened clay. So let's go ahead and just try and do that. So we click here, click back in there, click back here, click back in there. There we go. Get this one back in. There we go. Okay, we got one chest down. Let's go over here. We got to pick this thing up to get our second chest full. Come back over here, put this chest down, get this one, get this back. There we go, put that down, double click, and you see what I mean? This takes forever to do. So long. I'm not even full of this. This box is not even full yet. That's just way too much work for me. Too much clicking, not automated at all. It's terrible. It's horrible. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. So what would be the ideal solution to fix the problem we just encountered? Well, let's say we already had a shulker box, let's say of dirt, that we could easily pull out. And there was just dirt in it. Voila. There we go. Right there. We have our double chest full of dirt, and we can just take it and do our project elsewhere with this whole shulker box ready to go. Took 2-3 clicks to get this shulker box, and now we have it, and yeah, we're ready to take it wherever and do our project. So the ideal sorting system, the sorting system of the future, will incorporate both the traditional sorter right here, with the items able to be pulled out of the chests, and the double chest of one particular item. In this case, we have a double chest, or a single chest of dirt. So we're going to make a sorter that can do both. The end goal of this project is to have a sorter which has one double chest of every item on this sorting list here, that we have right here. And of course, this can be expanded too. But also, for every block that we have more than a double chest, so like for instance this red sand here, we'll have all the rest of these blocks stored in an appropriately colored shulker box, which can be accessed over in that corner via a shulker box item sorter, or not item sorter, shulker box sorter itself. Yeah. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make the shulker box sorter. And I will say this is a 4-part project. This is part 2, rather, of a 4-part project. So the first part was actually moving stuff over from our hole in the wall to this sorter with the item elevator and the non-stackable item filter, and then the actual sorter right here with the lights. The second part is going to be what we're doing today. Third part will be linking these two systems, which is going to be a big undertaking. A lot of redstone involved. And the fourth part will be actually decorating this whole area in here, making it look nice. So, let's go ahead and start on our shulker box sorter. This is a custom design which I built myself and invented myself. So, yeah, I'm pretty proud of it. There will be a tutorial, so don't worry. I will explain all the redstone and show you how to do it in a future video. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and build the system here, explain the redstone, and then we will take a look at how it works. Alright guys, so here is my design for a shulker box sorter. And this design is very small, but very powerful. Let me just show you around here, so you can see some of the redstone down here. I'm not going to go through right now what every line does. Like I said, there will be a tutorial on this on the channel very soon. But yeah, you can see some of the lines here. And there's more over here. Just a little bit of redstone. Not too much. Not really too big. This is the entire thing, actually. We just walked around. So, yeah. Pretty small, but it's very powerful for what it does. So, what does it do exactly? Well, it does a lot of things. Let me show you exactly what. So, in here, we have some shulker boxes, which I have pre-prepared, basically. And let me show you what happens. So basically what we can do with these things, let me just go ahead and get this cobblestone one out. Let's say I just wanted to pull the cobblestone out. First of all, you can just, boom, done. Cobblestone, go on your way. If you want the entire box. If you don't want the entire box, all you have to do is just simply hit Q while you're moused over the cobblestone shulker box, and voila. Cobblestone shulker box shows up here. And at this point, you have some options. You can now pull cobblestone out like that, push cobblestone in like that, or if, let's say you had a lot of cobblestone, let's say you had, like, you know, multiple double chests full. You could just put it in here or in subsequent chests above here. And all this is now going to be put right into your shulker box. Now, the cool thing about this is this means that this thing can be hooked up to, like, a mob farm of some type. So if you had, like, a huge quantity of items coming through here, you could just hook your mob farm up to this portion right here. And whenever this thing reaches full capacity, then what happens is this will push out. The piston behind here will push out. And basically this happens. Boom. Cobblestone shulker box is now back in the chest. So it'll automatically fill shulker boxes for you. You can put, you know, empty shulker boxes in this chest right here if you have some empty ones. And I just so happen to have an empty one down here, so we can just do that now. So if I just throw that in there. There we go. Got the shulker box in there, and then I can just put in, you know, whatever. So this will now be like the granite shulker box. And then I'll just store that again right there. Now, if the shulker box is full, so for instance, this shulker box right here, this one is totally full of orange hardened clay. And the reason the shulker box says that is because I renamed the shulker box that. So if I just go ahead and put this back in there, hit Q while I'm moused over it, you'll see what happens here. Boom. See that? It detected it was automatically it was full, pushed it back into the box. Now, what we can do from here is we can do this. So we can flick this lever down here, and you see this sign? It says if the lever is up, it will push items in if it's not full from this chest here. Or you can just, you know, put them in manually. If the lever is down, though, like it is now, it'll pull items out even if it is full. Or you can manually pull items out if it is full. So basically, if we had a whole bunch of stuff in here, we could just simply, you know, mouse over this. It's going to go in here, dispense the shulker box, and now it's going to stay there even though the chest is full. And now we can pull stuff out, put stuff in, etc., etc. Just as we always have, you know, we can put stuff in here, even though it won't push it because this thing is full. And then once we, you know, get out of this mode, we can either manually send the shulker box back, or have it done for us when we flick this lever up like that. Another cool feature is that when you, let's say, queue up multiple of these shulker boxes, let's just go ahead and just queue up a bunch of these here, like so. There we go. Okay. So yeah, now we can interact with our cobblestone one. Once we're done with that, let's say we take out some items and we hit the button here. There we go. Next one pops up. Let's get some yellow stained clay. Hit the button there. There we go. And the other one was full, so it didn't allow us to pull it. But if this was down, it would have allowed us to pull it out just like this. And so now we can pull out this. And then let's just go ahead and say send it back right there. So this thing has a lot of options, guys. A lot of really cool options on how you can pull stuff out, how you can fill the shulker boxes, and things like that. So this thing is very, very powerful. I'm very, very happy with it. And it's going to become even more powerful once we hook up this storage system to this storage system in the next episode. So hopefully you guys will stick around for that. But that is going to be all for me today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. A lot of redstone this episode, but there's going to be even more next episode. So get hyped, baby. Anyways, guys, that is all for me today. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Cub. Goodbye.